name is askpRoy. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here or not familiar with this journey that I'm on, I'm transitioning all of my beauty products to things that are natural and organic. I was really hard pressed on changing my deodorant because of how the skin absorbs deodorant. It's really crazy how we absorb all of the chemicals that are in the deodorants that we use, and you know, it goes right underneath your arms, so it has to block off your sweat, and all of that is being absorbed into your body and into your bloodstream. A lot of the chemicals that are found in deodorants, such as aluminum, go into your bloodstream and actually are not good for you at all. There are a lot of cancer-causing ingredients in deodorants, and I don't want to touch on that too much, but I do want you to definitely do your own research and see if that's something that you're interested in transitioning to. It is very important to me, so that's why I decided to make that switch. I want to discuss with you all 3 deodorants that I have tried. I want to go ahead and give you those product reviews. I'll let you know how I liked them, a little bit more about the products. The first deodorant I want to talk to you about is the Toms of Maine Natural 24-Hour Odor Protection Long-Lasting Deodorant in Fresh Apricot. It does not contain aluminum, which I said is one of the biggest ingredients in deodorant. It smells like apricot. It kind of goes on a little slick, but it's nothing that is too... It's like a roll-on deodorant. If you think about roll-on deodorants in the stores, you know how they're a little wetter, but it does definitely dry right after it goes on, and it can leave residue, so you don't need a whole lot. You know, enough goes a long way. I ain't gonna say a little goes a long way, because I don't want y'all going out here smelling like must, but enough goes a long way, so you don't need to overcompensate underneath there. It's gonna flake on you if you do. I used this deodorant for maybe some months. I actually went to a music festival. I had this deodorant on. I was fine at the music festival. I did not smell. I did not have any crazy odors. Nothing that wouldn't be like any other deodorant. The only issue I have with this, or I say the main issue I have with it, not the only, but the main issue I have with it, is it made me itch. So it didn't break me out. I wasn't experiencing any bumps or anything of that nature, but it definitely made me itch. So as the day would go on towards, you know, the end of the night, going into maybe even wee hours, if I was out at the club or something, and you know, I'd be out, like I could start to feel my armpits itch a little bit, and I'm like, okay, this ain't good. So you know, you try to play it off a little bit, get your little scratch on, but I definitely had to stop using this because it was irritating my skin. The next deodorant I tried was the Nubian Heritage Honey and Black Seed with Wild Honey and Apricot Oil 24-hour all natural deodorant, and this is shea based. It has a fresher scent, more like almost a powdery scent to me. It doesn't have like the fresh apricot scent, and it actually tells you how to use it. It says apply to underarms daily as needed, for external use only. If irritation occurs, discontinue use. I actually saw a lot of these in like the Whole Foods, Sprouts stores. Actually, Tom's came from Whole Foods or Sprouts, one of those. It's a prominent brand. I see a lot of it floating around, so I decided I wanted to try it. And I tried this and I used it, and this one actually broke me out. Like, I had red irritation underneath my arms from using this, and I would be scratching like crazy after using this one. It was the most insane feeling I've ever felt before. Like, I've never had to experience that type of irritation under my arms. I could be scratching so much that it would like almost make me like raw underneath. And I never bled or anything like that, but it was still very irritable towards my skin. And now that I look at both of these ingredients, I noticed that this one is the apricot, and this one actually has apricot oil in it. So I'm thinking that maybe I might be allergic to apricot oil. I don't know. I can't diagnose that because I don't know if that's true, but it might be an issue with apricots for me. So I can try these again in different fragrances or different concoctions and see if it works for me, but I can definitely tell you that these two without a doubt were no-go for me. It's definitely not it. The last deodorant I do want to share with you all is the Nature's Gate Herbal Blend Deodorant. It's aluminum free. It's not a fruity smell, it's not a powdery smell. This is very herbal. So this one does kind of go on a little wet. And remember, you're supposed to apply deodorant to dry underarms. So you don't want your underarms to be wet when you're applying it. You want to make sure your pits are dry and clean. This one goes on a little wet, but it dries like this. It doesn't stay wet underneath your arms. And it actually can leave residue as well, so you don't need a lot. Or you don't need to do the most, should I say. I'm not going to say don't use a lot. I don't know what you need. But I would just say, for me, I didn't really need to put a lot underneath my arms. And I tried the lavender and aloe this time instead of any other fragrance because I felt like it was just more calming. You know, aloe is good for skin irritations, and it's also good for like clearing up scarring. It's just a good plant, period. Lavender is very relaxing and it has a very light scent. It's not overpowering. And most of these deodorants, I didn't want it to interfere with any of the fragrances that I wear. I can honestly say they didn't. When I smell herbs, I think of healing. I think of essential oils, that type of thing. So it has that earthy smell to it. This is the winner. Like, this is the one that works the best for me and leaves me very dry. I don't have to worry about going out and being embarrassed about how I may smell or how I may be perceived because I'm using natural and organic deodorant. And that can be an issue, you know. Making that switch, you're just unsure about those type of things. You don't know if you're gonna smell. You don't know how it is gonna smell. You don't know anything. You don't know how it's gonna work. And it's really hard to go from your tried and trues to something that is completely new and kind of, you know, not mainstream. But I honestly really like this deodorant. I haven't had any issues with it. I am not breaking out. I don't have any itchiness underneath my arms. I'm not getting any rashes. It doesn't leave me gross or anything like that. I really do feel good after I use this deodorant. I can honestly say this is one I would recommend. On a scale of 1 to 5, I would completely recommend this. If you don't like, you know, the earthy scent, I think they have other fragrances that you can try. If I hadn't tried 3 different ones, I wouldn't be able to really tell you all which ones worked the best for me. If I had just based it off of these 2, it would just be really bad reviews. So I'm glad that I tried a different one. I'm glad I stuck it out with this one. Like I said, I'm still using it. If things change, I'll definitely let you guys know on askpRoy.com. If not, I'll continue to make videos about my quests for the best. I know some people do make their own deodorants and things of that nature. I'm not there yet. I don't know if I'm gonna ever get there. I might, not sure. I eventually want to get to the point where I don't really need deodorants at all. I don't know if that's gonna work out in Arizona, but I can try and see if that's something that works for me. But I will definitely keep you guys updated on that process. Do you guys use natural and organic deodorants? Please let me know in the comment section below. If you have ever tried any, let me know which ones you've used and let me know how you feel about them. Good, bad, or indifferent, it doesn't matter. I still like to know what's going on. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, fam.